Hey guys, how's everybody doing? You guys already know it's Granna, so that means it's kitchen talk time. So let's just hop into this conversation for today. All right, so guys, we are 3 weeks out. 3 weeks out from the election. Time is running out. I don't even know if you guys have time. If you haven't already registered, if you have any time left to register, I think the 21st of this month, October, is the last day for registration. I'm not sure. You have to check your states and everything. But if you haven't registered, check into it. You might still have a little time to do that. But yeah, we are 3 weeks out from this election. And the only thing you can do at this point is just continue to do your research. Do your research. Don't look at the candidate. Look at what they're saying, because that's what really matters, or what they're putting out there, what they're saying they can do, what they can't do. I mean, of course, both candidates are making all kind of promises and everything, and even with them making the promises and putting out their plan for their presidential time in office, remember, you can't get a lot of this stuff done in 2 to 3 years. You can't. Some of the stuff will take the whole 4 years just to put in place. Some of these things that they're saying they're going to do, they can't just walk into office and stamp a bill and say it's done. All these plans that they have, all these bills and plans of actions and all this stuff has to go through the House of Representatives. It has to be voted on. They have to present this stuff, or their representatives, the senators and the representatives have to, put this out there on the House floor, and then they have to vote on that, okay? So a lot of this stuff depends on who wins the House, okay? If the left wins, then it's going to make it harder for a Democratic Party to make things happen. If the right win, then it's going to make it harder for the Republican Party to make some of this stuff go into play and for it to happen. So you have to remember that, a lot of things that they're saying they're going to do, a lot of promises that they're saying with changing up the abortion rights, Medicare, giving student loans, small business loans, the overall economy, making one group pay more taxes than the other group. All that stuff is going to take time. None of that stuff is going to happen after this person gets in the office. Not even 6 months after this person gets in the office. Some of it's going to take time, and that's just what it is. I mean, if you don't understand the whole process of presidential duties, and what type of power they actually have, you have to do your research. You just have to do your research, because the president is the president. They are the highest man or woman in the country, in the United States. But even being the top person in the United States, they can't do too much. They really can't, because there's all other stuff that goes into play when it comes to getting different things passed and all this stuff. Sometimes it actually takes that whole 8 years if a person can get the presidential for 8 consecutive years. If they do 4 and do 4 more. When you only can do 4 years, you're not going to get a whole lot of stuff done. So you have to do your research, and even when it comes to that, when of course your votes count. So get out and vote. Every vote counts. But even with that being said, it's going to come down to the electoral votes. It's going to come down to the electoral votes. And, the electoral votes is what actually wins the presidential candidates. I mean, there's like 530 electoral votes, and I think they have to have like 270 of the votes individually. Whichever person individually that gets that 270 or more wins the presidential. Now, can a state votes count? Yes. I mean, a state may vote for this one candidate, one party may favor over the other party as far as individual votes, but then they still got to do the electoral ones. The electoral may not go with that person. The electoral, one party might win all the votes, single individual votes, but then when it comes to the electoral votes, they can actually vote for the other party. The other party could get those electoral votes. So that's another thing, you have to, wait and see how that works. Just like they did those electoral votes. You remember when they had the convention, when they had the Democratic convention and the Republican convention, and each state stood up and gave their votes to that candidate that was running for president. Individual states, they would tell how many electoral votes went to that person. It's the same thing when it comes to the overall presidential running. Those electoral votes will pretty much determine who gets the president. Yeah. So it's a lot that goes into play. It's a lot that goes into play. The popular votes, like I said, can win a state. A popular votes can win the state. But is that popular vote gonna carry over to the electoral votes and all the electoral votes for that state, whatever? I don't care. Okay, say the state got 20 electoral votes and the popular votes of that state win. Is those 20 electoral votes gonna go to that same party that won that state? It could and could not. It's like flip of a coin. So it's a lot. That goes with that. So just do your research. Be prepared. Of course, listen to what the people say, because that's what really matters. And don't get your hopes up, going in with one party and you thinking, well, they're going to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and it doesn't happen when they get into office, even within that first year. It just might not even happen, because it has to go through the House of Representatives. It has to get those votes, and then it comes for the president to sign off on it and everything. So it's going to be interesting. It's really going to be interesting. Me personally, I'm ready for it to be over. I'm so ready for this election to be over. Of course, I'm very hopeful that my party that I would be going with win. But even if that's not the case, I just want it to be over with and just move on to the next stage, because it's so much disturbance coming out of this election. So much stuff that really disturbs me and really doesn't make any sense. It shouldn't even be brought out. It shouldn't even be allowed to happen. Some of the stuff that we're hearing, it shouldn't even be talked about. But this is the world that we live in now, and everybody wants to voice their opinion and have the freedom of speech. But I just sit back and listen to some of these candidates, and I just be like, you know what? If the shoe was on the other foot, would this other person be able to say these things to get away with it? And it's okay. No one is questioning it. No one is questioning it. It's okay. It's so even. This world is so lopsided. It is so lopsided. And of course, you're hearing, if this candidate doesn't win, it's going to be a war. If this candidate doesn't win, it's because they cheated. The other candidate cheated, and it's so much negativity that's coming, that has been going on for this last year with this election. So much negativity, and it's sad. It's really sad. We're supposed to be one of the best countries in the world to live in. Everybody wants to come and live in the United States. Everybody. They are dying trying to get over here. They're walking for miles and miles and hundreds of miles trying to cross over the border to get to the United States. And being in the United States, I'm looking like, why? Because it's not the United States, I guess it once used to be. I don't know. But I mean, I'm grateful and very blessed to be in the United States because of some of the stuff that's going on in these other countries. But half of the things that's going on over here in the United States shouldn't even be happening anyway. I mean, taxes are crazy. They are. They are outrageous. Some of the things that we have to pay taxes on. Medicine is expensive, out of this world, outrageous. Some of this medication we can't even afford. Buying a home is crazy. The interest rate is out of this world. Doesn't make any sense. And they can say all they want is that we don't have enough housing. We have housing. There is all kind of communities going up and around where in my area, and no one can afford to even buy the homes because of the mortgage rate. It's not that we don't have enough homes. We don't have enough homes affordable when it comes to the interest rate for people to buy. People can't buy these homes. So they've even gotten to the point where they're building brand new homes, brand new cottages, as they call them, cottages. It's 2 or 3 right in my area. One of them, they still building. It's going to be beautiful when they finish it. But they're cottages, and they're renting them out. They building these like apartments, but they're beautiful home and cottages, and they're leasing them and renting them out because people can't really afford to buy them. You know, beautiful homes going up all over the places, beautiful subdivision being built all over, and people cannot afford them because of the interest rate. You know, and the interest rate is not even controlled by the government. It's by the federal. It's federal. So what is the president going to be able to do to get in there and do something about that? Do something about affordable housing. I've heard them talk about affordable housing, but how are they going to change that? I guess they need to go sit down with the federal and come to some type of conclusion that they need to get this interest rate down. You know, buying food. Food is crazy. Food is, I mean, 1 week eggs are $3. The next week eggs are $8, $9, $10. Crazy. What happened in a week's time with the chickens? The eggs just went up that much. Gas, it's an up and down situation. And all these things are necessities that people need. It's necessities that people need. They need Medicare. They need food. They need gas to get around, to get to work, and all this and that. They need their medicine. They need to have these medicine. You know, you buy a 90-day supply of medication and you're spending over $100. You can break it down and get it every 30 days, but either way, it's still going to come out to the same price. It's still going to come out to the same price, and people just cannot afford it. Yes, there are good paying jobs out there, but you need one of those good paying jobs just to be able to just be minimal, just live a minimum life, a minimum, you know, so-called good life. You know what I mean? So it's a lot. It's a lot that's going on. You know, it's a lot of different manufacturing jobs going up everywhere. There's a lot of different like housing going up everywhere. There's a lot of different business opening every day. But you need that part of the economy just to live comfortably. And people are still living paycheck to paycheck. I know people that's making, over $15 an hour, $16, $17, $18, $20 an hour, and they still just living minimal because they got apartment. You can't even find an apartment under $1,500. And if you find one under $1,500, are you going to be safe? Is it going to be a safe environment for you and your family to live, especially single parents that's living in some of these places because that's all they can afford, but their safety is in question every day when they're going in and out of their apartments. It's crazy. It's so much going on in this world. So, as you go into these next couple of weeks to get ready to vote, to put your opinion out there, your voice out there, just think about all this stuff. Think about what the people are saying and what's going to better fit you and your family, and not even just you and your family, what's going to better fit the United States, because not only are you and your family affected, it affects millions of people out here. There's millions of people living paycheck to paycheck. And you can talk about all the things that you want to do, but a lot of that stuff is not going to take effect immediately. So just maintaining where things are right now is what you got to look at. Or if you wanted to stay kind of where it's at right now, you need to make the right decision when you go to vote. You need to make that right decision. Okay. All right. That's just my little opinion out there about the election that's coming up. You got a little time, check your area, see how many more days you got put to register if you haven't voted, and just go and voice your opinion. Okay. You guys have a great day. But before I go, you already know, don't forget, if you have not, go pick up your copy of Footsteps Through My Journey by Granna, aka Tintiy Wilson. Footsteps Through My Journey. Go and pick your copy up and let me know what you think about my book. Okay? You guys have a great day. Granna's going to check you out next time around.